Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Ma ba'd. Fa'a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Wa ma arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alameen, Sadaqallahu al-Azim. Respected ulama kiram, honorable members of this community, respected elders, my dear brothers, the topic of this conference is finality of prophethood, and this encircles a lot of different topics. This verse of the Quran Kareem that I recited is from amongst one of those verses which confirms this belief as well. In this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ, the meaning of which is that, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have not sent you but as a mercy for the whole universe. In other words, this also means that the Prophet ﷺ's prophethood and his sending from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is to complete Allah's mercy on this dunya, and also that a person is able to achieve this mercy in the akhirah. That there is no need for anybody else to come to complete this mercy from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A hadith also informs us of this as well. And the Prophet ﷺ has said in a hadith which you may have heard many times before. The Prophet ﷺ has said that كُلُّ أُمَّتِي يَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةِ, that every individual of my ummah is going to enter into Jannah. إِلَّا مَنْ أَبَى, except for those people who refuse. His companions asked him that, O Prophet ﷺ, who are these individuals who will refuse entry into Jannah? The Prophet ﷺ has said that those people who obey me, who live their lives in my obediences, these are the people who will enter into Jannah. And those people who do not obey my ways, who do not follow my paths and my teachings, these will be considered as those people who refuse to enter into Jannah. So when we understand that the Prophet ﷺ is a mercy for the whole universe, and his sending is a completion of Allah's mercy, then the question arises that how are we able to, as individuals, me and you, how are we able to benefit from this mercy of the Prophet ﷺ? Because this mercy is also linked to the belief in that the Prophet ﷺ is the final prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That how can we practically do things that we accept this Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, and that we belong to those group of people who obey Allah's command by following the Prophet ﷺ, and we do not fall into the category of those people who refuse to enter into Jannah by not obeying him. For this purpose, there are numerous ahadith, many ahadith. I will just mention a single one, inshallah, and I hope with the intention that I will implement it upon myself first, and also for you learned people as well, inshallah. The ulama have written that when the Prophet ﷺ used to perform ablution, used to perform wudu, the Sahaba Ikram used to sit very close to him. And they used to catch his blessed water of ablution from his blessed face, from his blessed limbs, his arms, his hands. And they used to catch it before it used to touch the ground. And they used to wipe it over their faces, they used to wipe it over their bodies to achieve the blessings from this blessed water. And most blessed water it was, definitely. Once the Prophet ﷺ asked them that, why do you do this? Why do you do this? The Sahaba responded to Prophet ﷺ, it is because we love you. We always say this as well nowadays. Lots of us say this. We love the Prophet ﷺ. We believe in this. We believe in this. What proof do we have? This is what counts. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask us. The claims alone are not going to be sufficient. It is your a'mal which are going to be weighed inside the scale in the day of judgment. So the Sahaba said of Prophet ﷺ, it is because we love you. The Prophet ﷺ responded that whosoever claims to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Prophet, or whosoever claims that Allah and His Prophet loves him in return as well, then he should do three things. This is what the crux and the lesson of this, my speech inshallah, is that first for my own self and then for you learned people as well. The Prophet ﷺ has said that whosoever has this claim, that he loves Allah and His Prophet ﷺ, or that Allah and His Prophet loves him, then he should be doing three things. The first thing the Prophet ﷺ has said, that the very first thing this person should be doing is that he should always speak the truth whenever he speaks anything. He should always tell the truth whenever he speaks anything. We think that the words that we utter, it is a forgotten thing. We do not give it any consideration. Whatever we say, our tongue starts from morning till evening, uttering whatever we wish to say. Whether it is fault with truth, whatever type of language we use, we do not care about this. Kiraman katibina ya'lamuna ma taf'alun. Our belief, our basic belief is that there are two angels, they are writing down everything. The basic belief, and we accept this. Anybody who does not accept this, this person's iman is incomplete. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, مَا يَلْفِظُ مِنْ قَوْلٍ إِلَّا لَدَيْهِ رَقِيبٌ عَتِيدٌ. Two respectable angels, they are writing down everything. The Prophet ﷺ said that a person who utters a single word in the wrong way, who utters a single word of falsehood, who utters a single word of lying, the Prophet ﷺ has said that this single word is sufficient for him to be dragged on his face and thrown into the hellfire. Another hadith says that this single word is sufficient for him to be thrown into the hellfire to the depth of 70,000 years. A single word. Imagine what we are doing nowadays. So the first thing the Prophet ﷺ has said, that whenever he speaks, whenever he opens his mouth, what should come out should be the truth. The second thing the Prophet ﷺ has said that this person should be doing is that he should be rendering back trust. He should be a person who is trustworthy person. Who is a trustworthy person. And when we think of trust, our minds race towards money, race towards property, race towards worldly things. There are many other trusts as well that are mentioned inside the Quran and the Hadith. Our life is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We should not be utilizing our life to do anything which disobeys Allah's command. If we are doing this, we are not rendering back this trust, we are not following this teaching of this Hadith. Our health is also a trust as well. We should not be doing something which damages our health by using it in such a way, or by using those things which are harmful for ourselves, for our health. Our time is also a trust as well. The conversation between two people is also a trust as well. The agreements that you have between yourself and your employees is also a trust as well. You have to maintain this trust. The Quran Kareem is a trust from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the reason that you learn from this Quran Kareem and you live your lives by it. This is also a trust as well. So this second advice to be a trustworthy person and to render back the trust, this includes all of these things. And the third advice that the Prophet ﷺ gave was that to look after your neighbor, whosoever your neighbor may be. We live in this community, in this society where we have neighbors from all far corners of the world. Are we looking after them? Are we fulfilling their rights or not? Each and every single one of them has rights upon us. So the Prophet ﷺ, in response to the Sahaba Ikram's amal, which was only for them during his presence and the Prophet ﷺ's lifetime, in response to this, the Prophet ﷺ gave such an advice that these a'mal and these actions are available for everybody until the day of judgment. The Prophet ﷺ is no more. There is no prophets after him as well. We cannot catch the blessed water falling from his limbs anymore. But what we can do is we can listen to this advice of this hadith, and we can implement these three things into our lives, so that we can live by these three things and many others as well, and to achieve the success of this dunya and also the akhirah. May Allah give us tawfiq to act upon what has been said, and also to have the correct understanding of this.